To continue on with our pseudocode lessons, I've set up a little grid here to kind of help you think about what we can do as a programmer. Now I'm going to count all of the zeros in the program and all of the x's, all right? But what you can do is you can set up your array, all right? So I'm just going to set up my array, and array is game, and I'm just going to set that up so you can see what it's like inside. So what we've got here is 0, 0. Notice I'm working with strings this time, comma, 0, 0, 0. Last one. Running out of space, there should be a comma there as well. 0, comma, 0, comma, x. And I'm going to finish that off. So I've got my 3 rows that I've set up here. I'm using speech marks because these are going to be strings. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate through these, but I'm going to actually count how many zeros and how many x's. So what we're going to say here is count O is equal to 0, count x is equal to 0. Now I'm going to navigate through my list, and we're going to use a while loop. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, in fact, let's get our row set up first. So we've got our row set at 0. While row is less than 3, set up our column. Column set at 0. While column less than 3. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to navigate through each one, but if it's a 0, we're going to add 1 to the 0. If it's an x, we're going to add 1 to the x. So what I'm going to say is, if, alright, game, so if game, and we're going to go row, column, equals, we're going to go 0, then count x, count 0 equals count 0 plus 1. Else, if game row column equals x, then count x is equal to count x plus 1. So what that's saying is it's doing an if statement. It's using selection to check what's currently in there. If it's equal to a 0, then it's going to add 1 to the count. If it's equal to an x, it's going to add 1 to the count for x. So that should make sense at this point. But we know that the first time it's going to be 0, 0 here, and 0, 0 there. But then what we need to do, I'm just going to put an end if here, is I need to now add 1 to the column. Once I've checked what's in there, I need to add 1 to the column so that this bit can do its iteration. So what I need to do first is go column is column plus 1, end that while, So that's going to continue going through each of these items. Then I need to add 1 to the row for this. So when this gets to the end of this list, it jumps out of it to this next line, which increases the row, is row plus 1. Then I end my while. And what I can do is I can output total O is plus int to string count O. Output total X is plus int to string count X. So that's a program that will go through each item in the list. We've set it as 0 to begin with. We've started our row at 0. While the row is less than 3, we're going to go into our columns now. So we set 0 as the column to begin with, so that we can then iterate through the column and it goes up each time. So then when we get back to this, when we get to row 1, that's set at 0 again, so we can iterate through this. So hopefully using those videos you should have a good understanding of how we can go and look at each item in our 2D array. Good luck!